What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fourth and Goal Sports Show. I'm your host, Tyrus Filson. Terrible loss for my Washington Commanders. We fall to 7-4 on the season in a brutal, heart-wrenching, and devastating 18-26 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. This was a game that was a must-win game. Make no mistake about it, this was a must-win game, and we completely blew the game away. We blew it. We absolutely blew this game. We had the opportunity time and time again to make something happen. The defense was balling out. The Eagles' offense was not playing well. And the offense blew chance after chance after chance to make something shake. To shake and bake, to get it going. We take the 7-0 lead, and we got comfortable. I don't know why, but we just couldn't get it going. Credit to the Eagles' defense. They had a strapped all game. Terry got strapped. That guy, Bond, the new guy that everybody's talking about, Bond is a dog. He's a dog. Aside from that one play where Austin Eckler dog walked him, yeah, he was pretty solid all night. I got to give respect. So respect to him. You know, I'm not here to discredit. I'm not here to make any excuses for the Commanders. The Eagles have a legit team. You know what I'm saying? They have a strong roster. We already knew that coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, talent-wise, they're better than us almost everywhere. Probably everywhere. Yeah, they're probably better than us at every single position. So, you know, they did what they were supposed to do. Us, we didn't do what we were, looking to accomplish. Cliff Kingsbury, this is one of his worst play calling games, and hopefully this is not the beginning of that whole stereotype stretch in the back half of the season that we hear about Cliff. Hopefully it's not that. We've been seeing the past few weeks, maybe the past 3 weeks, past 3 games, that play calling's been struggling, and we don't want that. We got Dallas coming up next, and we got to handle business in that game. But more on this game. The offense had time after time. They had chance after chance, and Jaden Daniels and the offense couldn't get it done. And the reason I say Jaden Daniels and the offense couldn't get it done, because there was a lot of times where there were plays that could have been made. I saw plays where Noah Brown was open, or Luke McCaffrey, if given the opportunity, could have made a play. And quite frankly, Jaden Daniels just couldn't get it there. He could not get it there. I don't know if it was the cold, the rib injury, the cut on his finger, or he was simply shaken up by that elite Eagles defense. But Jaden Daniels was not himself. He was shook, and he missed a lot of routine throws that he makes on the regular. He missed a lot of routine first downs, The last 2 weeks, he's been bottled up when it comes to the run game. Patrick Queen had him locked. And this week, Bond had him locked. And those elite Eagles D linemen, linebackers, and DBs had him locked. He was not rushing anywhere. He was not throwing the ball anywhere. And Jaden Daniels was completely bottled up. I'm not here to make any excuses. Everybody knows Jaden Daniels is my guy. JD5 is always going to be my guy. This game doesn't change that. It doesn't change that at all. Let me clarify. This game does not change how I view Jaden Daniels as a rookie quarterback. He's one of the greatest rookie quarterbacks of all time. But with that being said, he's still a rookie quarterback. Like, you're going into a hostile environment. The Eagles crowd is an elite crowd. They're an elite fan base when it comes to making noise, being toxic, doing what fans do. They're elite at that. So A+ to them. The crowd was amazing. They did their part. So, being a rookie, you're going to face adversity. And you're not always going to respond to it the same way. You're not always going to respond to it like, oh, I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to handle this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be times where you slip up and make mistakes. And that's what it was for Jaden. That's what it was for Jaden tonight. It was just a struggle. It was a struggle from start to finish for Jaden. 22 for 32, 191 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Those stats don't even show really just how bad it was for Jaden. A lot of those were crunch time points of us trying to make the score look better. You had the last second touchdown to Ertz. I mean, props to him. He got his touchdown in his return to Philly. Props to him, I guess. I mean, it was meaningless, but, it was just a lot of plays where it's like, what are we doing? We're like, the offense let the defense down in a big, big way. The defense gave the offense chance after chance. The Eagles gave us chance after chance. I mean, you saw the missed kicks by Jake Elliott. I mean, goodness gracious, it was a terrible night for him. I think he had 3 missed kicks. 3 missed kicks by Jake Elliott. And you don't capitalize off of that? The offense should be ashamed. Cliff Kingsbury should be ashamed. You got to do something different. And yeah, if Jaden's injury is lingering and his ribs are affecting the way he's throwing, I don't know. We may have to consider sitting him for a while. If it's that bad. If it's really that bad. Because I know Mariota can hold it down. And if Jaden needs to heal properly, heal him as much as we can before the playoffs. Because I see with this remaining schedule, despite the fact that we've been pretty below our standard the past 2 weeks versus Pittsburgh and Philly, this team is still a playoff team. Like, everybody's talking about collapse this, collapse that, they can't be good teams. You can say what you want. This team is a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? We may not win a division. This is a big factor in who's going to win the division. This is a big loss. But at the same time, we're still in the mix for the wild card. We're still in the mix to fight back and try to get back in that top spot in the NFC East. We're still in the mix, guys. The season's not over just because of this one loss. You have a whole lot of season left. Philly has a whole lot of games left. We have a whole lot of games left. And there's a whole lot of football left to be played. And with that being said, I'm not worried about the direction of this team. I know that we'll get it together. We got a 10-day mini bye coming up because of this game. Thursday all the way to the Sunday after next. That's a little mini bye that the team really, really needs. You got a lot of guys who are unhealthy, that are banged up. They need the rest. They need to come back healthy. And they need that little break to really regather themselves and fix whatever mistakes have been going on. And it's going to be beneficial to the team. But, the defense, I was really proud of what they put out there today. I didn't expect them to play the way they did. I mean, for the most part, they locked down A.J. Brown. They locked down Devontae Smith. The secondary did their job. The linebackers did their job. The D-line did their job for majority of the game. Up until the end, Saquon was pretty much locked up until the end. He finished with 146 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, but in the first half we had him locked. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. We had the Eagles shook. Jalen Hurts was looking depressed on the sidelines, but then again, he always looks that way, even when they're up. But we had them shook. And the offense just couldn't capitalize. It's like the Eagles were giving it to them. They're like, here, take it. Take the win. And the Commanders could not get it together. They just couldn't do it. And quite frankly, the Eagles deserve it. They took it. They took the W, and they ran away with it. So respect to them. They were the more disciplined team, and they deserve the win for sure. I do think we could have established the run more with Brian Robinson. We didn't give him enough carries, in my opinion. I know he had 16, but it's like a lot of those were just here, take it carries instead of drawing up effective run plays. Like, it was frustrating. And also that 4th down that we failed again, like back-to-back weeks of failing on 4th down, that pissed me off. You had the bobble snap, and then Jaden tries to roll to his right, and he's just too far back and gets boomed on out of bounds, short of the first. And I really think we should have just took the points. It's one of those games where you need every single point you can get. You're not always going to end the drive with a fourth down conversion and a touchdown. You're not going to get that every drive. Take the points you can get. Gonzalez was balling out. Our kicker, who's filling in, he was balling. We should have been confident in him to make the field goal and get it out the way. But we weren't. We got greedy and we wanted more. And that was the result. And you got to live with it. But the offense did everything they could to let down the defense. I don't know what they're saying in the locker room. If I was Dan Quinn, I would have told them straight up, the offense lost us the game. The offense lost us the game. I respect what Jaden Daniels said after in the press conference, where he was like, every man has to look himself in the mirror, me included, and everybody else too. Man, if I'm Jaden, yes, you got to look yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do to get yourself right, get yourself healthy, get yourself mentally in that space that bounce back from this. But you got to meet with your offensive guys and get it together. So have a meeting, a team meeting, call to action or something, because this was unacceptable. It was pitiful. In such a big game, they look so unprepared. I get it. It's a short week. But what was going on? I mean, did they practice our game plan or scheme at all this week? It didn't look like it. It looked like they just walked out there and said, yeah, let's play football. If that sounds a little familiar to you guys, it's because that's something I said last season with Ron Rivera, Jack Del Rio, and Eric Bieniemy. So if we're seeing that with Cliff Kingsbury, it's unacceptable. He needs to fix it, but I'm not going to harp on it too much. It was a bad loss, but it's on to the next. We got Dallas coming up next. Like I said, you got the 10-day mini bye. They need it for sure. Dallas coming up next. And, Terry for sure needs to be in that meeting. He needs to be a spokesperson in that meeting. I get it. Terry was strapped. Quinyon Mitchell, he's a dog. Respect to him. Probably deserves Defensive Player of the Year for the performances he's had, strapping up elite wide receivers. Quinyon Mitchell is a dog. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make no mistakes about it. Best DB in this draft, best defensive player in this draft. Without a doubt, he deserves it. So, NFC East is big boy football. It really is. We have elite rookies. We have elite star players. But tonight was just not that night for Washington. And it was not the night for Terry. I really do think he still should have got more targets, despite the fact that he was getting strapped. You throw it to him anyway. He leads the league in contested catches. He's probably the best contested catcher in the NFL. I don't care how much he's getting strapped. If that ball's in the air and it's 50-50, I'm taking Terry to catch that ball. I don't care who's guarding him. You know what I'm saying? So you still give him a chance. It's unacceptable that he's getting one target through 4 quarters. It's unacceptable. Terry McLaurin should be banging the table to get his targets. He should be banging the table. He doesn't have to be a diva and a crybaby like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and A.J. Brown. As elite as those guys are, that's the toxic trait that they all have. Throwing a temper tantrum to get the ball. But maybe, just maybe, Terry has to do that. Because, it was bad. It was bad. Give him the targets. He should at least have 5 targets in the 4th quarter. And whatever he does with those targets is up to him. But you got to give him a chance at least. But, I'm not going to harp on that too much. Shout out to Quinyon Mitchell. He's a dog. Straight strapped him up, locked him up. I'm not here to make no excuses. So you're not going to get that out of me. Terry has to be better. But I do think Cliff could have, drawn up better plays for him for sure. But in conclusion, I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the 4th and Goal Sports YouTube channel. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, as well as follow to the 4th and Goal Sports Instagram page. It's on to Dallas for the Washington Commanders. They're going to be facing Dallas at home versus Cooper Rush. We want Dallas. It's on to Dallas week. But in conclusion, I just want to say thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. Have a productive rest of your week. Peace.